The first time I learned a brown bag, it was at my job. I found a brochure and I read it and I just loved everything that they were doing. And you always say to yourself, I need to volunteer, I need to do something. Well, I was in the position then that I could volunteer some. And I said, I'm going to do this. And I called down and they told me to come down. And I did. And I haven't left since. And that was, about 25, almost 30 years ago. So that's how I got involved with the brown bag. And I figured it out. I was at a pretty bad, not a bad time, but a kind of down time in my life. This helped me a whole lot. It lifted me up out of the feelings I was having, and it's done more for me than I have for it. And that's how dear it is to my heart now. Brown Bag of Columbus is a ministry to provide food for low-income elderly in the Columbus and Phenix City area. They come to our site the third week of the month, and we give them a bag of groceries, usually about 15 items, to take home, and that helps them get through to the first of the next month. Everything's low then, their money, their food stamps, and their groceries, and that helps them. And at first I thought, do we really help them? But now we have people that come in and tell us, I can go home and have breakfast now. And that really, hit at home that we were doing something. We have sometimes between 20 and 30 volunteers, but since the pandemic, we only use about 15 now in a week. And a lot of them have set jobs that they do the same thing every week. And then we have some volunteers that come in and they'll do special things like bag food, or if we get something in that we need to divide and bag, they do that for us. We were very blessed to have the location we have now. When we first started out, we were in the basement of a church, and we kept going from place to place. Every time we would get a place, they would either change their mind on doing brown bag, or they would sell the building. And we just kept getting kind of tossed around. Well, one of the ladies here, when it was Eastern Heights Baptist Church at the Fort Church, she saw us on TV saying we needed a place to have it. And she got us the building next door. And then when y'all came, we were a little worried. We thought, oh no, here we go again. But the Fort Church gave us a very nice place in the main building and has been very good to us since then. A lot of times the elderly are overlooked. I think people just kind of give up on them. And they need to have a good quality of life. What's left? They talk about families and the kids and all that having good quality of life. Well, the elderly do too. And you'd be surprised at the single older women, widows, that are alone and by themselves a lot. I found that when I made home deliveries, and sometimes I might have been the only person they saw that day when I made that delivery. So that's one thing we should not forget, is about our elderly.